Now, across the world, stargazers have been out in force to try to catch a glimpse of a total lunar eclipse. It's a lunar eclipse which turned the moon red as it slipped into the Earth's shadow. Well, let's get some more on this phenomenon with the astronomer, Dr. Francisco Diego from the University College London. He joins us now from London. Morning to you, Dr. Diego. Thank you very much for being with us. Did you watch it? Were you impressed by what you saw?
Yes, I saw it only the beginning because we got clouds and we got fog afterwards. But I could say that the eclipse was extremely beautiful, extremely interesting, and extremely dark from my experience. Very interesting.
Tell us what exactly we were seeing there. Just describe to us exactly what we saw.
What we saw was the moon, just as you said, going inside the shadow of the Earth. Little by little, it takes about an hour to do so. And then once inside the shadow, it acquires this red color, as you see in this picture here. This is half of the moon inside the shadow already. And then it stops receiving the light from the sun, of course, because it's inside the shadow of the Earth. However, part of the light from the sun goes through the atmosphere of the Earth and reaches the moon. And it is especially the red light. This is the kind of image that we have now here. Much darker, of course, but it acquires this red color, which is produced by a kind of the kind of illumination we get on a sunset. Is the same color of the sunset, but if you imagine you are standing on the moon at that point, you look at the Earth, the sun is behind the Earth from your perspective at that point, and what you see around the Earth is this beautiful atmosphere of the Earth illuminated like a sunset. It's a kind of ring of red light which is reaching you and illuminating your landscape if you were on the moon. And that's the kind of color that we see in this picture here.
Like a halo, exactly. Now, if a total eclipse in itself is not necessarily that rare, but when it's combined with a supermoon, as it was last night, that is less common, isn't it? How often do those happen?
Well, not very frequently. Certainly when the moon is full and the moon happens to be at that point closer to the Earth, because remember that the orbit of the moon is very elliptical, so every full moon may coincide with the moment when the moon is closer to the Earth, and that's what we call a full moon. If that coincides with a lunar eclipse, it's even more interesting. So it may be a couple of years, or 2 or 3 or 4 years to get that. I don't exactly remember the statistics, but it's not that common to see the moon a little bit bigger. I mean, it's only 10% bigger than a smaller full moon, if you like.
All right, thank you very much. Dr. Francisco Diego there from University College London. A pleasure to talk to you as well.